regardless of a system, anything that is well managed is appreciated by all. In the context of networks, manageability is looked at a very essential component of the overall working and usefulness of a network system. In this module, we are going to look at manageability as a formal definition which helps us to understand what components, actions, events make something unmanageable in networks. And if we are able to identify that, we can easily create and establish a mathematical relationship between them all. There is a mnemonic called SMART. So a manageable system is smart because it has smart goals and implementations. The project that you are going to implement has got to be specific. It must be measurable. It should have achievable tasks. It should be closer to the reality, what you need specifically. And it has to be done in a timely fashion. If all these traits are there, your network project or the network that you're working on is manageable. Manageability is the level of effort involved by the human beings for the upkeep of a network. This has to be done at an acceptable quality. Manageability involves ongoing tasks such as deployment, configuration, upgrading of a system, its tweaking. If a network has to be provided a backup so that it does not stop working, and if something goes wrong, its ability and its capability to recover. George Candia wrote a paper in Usenix conference called Toward Quantifying System Manageability. In this paper, he proposes that manageability is a quantifiable term that depends upon the total time for which you are looking at if the system has been well managed, the tasks which were implemented during this course of time, the steps which were involved in implementing those tasks, the time each of these tasks took. This manageability expression is a ratio of the total time over which the system is being evaluated for manageability and the denominator. Here, the time shows the notion of efficiency and the steps show the notion of complexity. Taking too much time on a management task makes the overall manageability low. Likewise, making a very complex activity to perform some management functions would again decrease the manageability. So, manageability as an overall expression is expected to be higher when the numerator has a higher value and the denominators have lower values. So, we can say that manageability has a proportional relationship to the overall time that the management tasks took. This proportionality is of course inverse, and each task which can be broken down into atomic subtasks also would have an inverse relationship. If there are fewer manageable steps, it is better. Why? Because it reduces the overall weaknesses or vulnerability. It reduces the exposure to the outside world, to the users. And if it is done in a faster way, it means the overall manageability is high. So overall, if a system is being managed less, it means the system is able to have upkeep at its own without requiring large maintenance. So it means that the lesser a system needs to be managed, the better it is.